Oh my God. I'm not trying to laugh, but this is getting to the point of freaking stupidity. So yesterday, more news because we don't know they don't know how to get the guy down anymore. Is it took like a couple of pictures of him looking okay for these people to go at it with any type of excuse and anything they can just scratch from whatever the fuck he did. So there's an arrest warrant for Marilyn Manson issue in New Hampshire. Okay, New Hampshire is on the East Coast. So I'm like, well, of course, the New York Post posted because East Coast and New York, whatever, and they all cover the butts. But this person never before thought about suing Manson. Never, never until now. And it seems like when they were on the show, Manson, as we know what he does on stage, and he jumps up and down, and he used to in the 90s. He used to cut himself. He used to break bottles to the point they start giving him plastic bottles that he couldn't break. And sometimes when he's singing and he has a lot of things in his mouth, he goes like, and he spits. We all know that. We know that. And this a freaking excuse of a person, cameraman that was supposed to, I think he was like right there really close to him on the show. I'm going to read the article in a minute. I just woke up to this and I just can't believe the amount. I mean, these people don't know what to do anymore. So Manson is facing 2 counts of misdemeanor simple assault. Oh, it's simple assault. Okay, it's simple. For allegedly spitting at a videographer, can't even talk, video cameraman during a 219 concert. Okay. So we're not going all the way back to 220 and to whatever, and we're not going back to Evan, and we're not going back to Esme in 2011. We're just going to do this 2019 thing. So we cover the guy pretty much every year that we can, right? So in 2019, he was on the East Coast live. Okay, of course, this was on TMZ first, but then I got it from Pitchfork because when I Googled it and I went to read it on The Cut cut me off. I don't know if they know that I've been talking so much shit about The Cut, but it popped on my computer that I couldn't read the articles anymore. So much for freedom. You gotta love this country, right? So I can't read LA Times anymore or The Cut unless I subscribe to them, which I'm not going to. So I can't get it from them anymore. That's pretty shitty, don't you think? That you gotta subscribe to something to know that you read it when it comes to news. Anyway, this is not political news, but still. Anyway, so The Cut cut me off. LA Times cut me off. I am not gonna pay for something so dumb. So I just have to get the article from somewhere else, which I did. So as an arrest warrant for Marilyn Manson has been issued by Guilford Police Department, as TMZ points out, the warrant has issued on October 8th, 2019, but the Guilford Police Department released a statement about the warrant on its Facebook page last night. Oh yeah, let's release statement on Facebook. What the cops are these people? This is a police department. So they released it on Facebook last night. Yeah, last night. Manson is facing 2 accounts of Class A misdemeanor simple assault. Okay, misdemeanor simple assault is different. It's stemming from an August 18, 2019 incident during his concert at the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion. Dude, okay, so the warrant was in October. Oh my God, these people are gonna I'm gonna have a freaking on October 2019, but they haven't posted until now, May 2021, and they posted on Facebook. So do they try to arrest them and they couldn't find him? I find it hard to believe. The cops can find you always. They tried to get a hold of them and they couldn't. So that's why they posted it on Facebook. This is the police we're talking about. This is just beyond. I don't know who is behind this unless it's the real police. And if it is the real police, then you guys need to go to do your training again. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to laugh at him, but I just can't. I can't. It seems like the guy is not going to be able even to take a dump in peace, because they're going to be like, oh, you know what he did right there. Oh my God. Yeah. And you're going to pass him, at the gas station. You're going to pass him at a supermarket. And people are going to be like, oh, Manson looked at me the wrong way. Oh, Manson looked at my butt. Oh, Manson was playing with makeup. Manson, like, he spits on shows. Yes, he does. This is the same nonsense that they were doing with Courtney Love back in, not the end of the 90s, but between like 2000 and 2007. I happened to see Courtney Love many times live. And yeah, I mean, she's like, she jumps into the people, which is supposed to be fans. So then you can't freaking complain about it. And then was a kid in New York. She did a little show in New York. And it's a very small venue. It was like probably like 100 people. And she was singing and she was being, a maniac. And one side of her microphone hit this kid on the face, on his skull, on the head. And she apologized. She went to court for it. But they crucify her for that. And her lawyer was pretty much saying, well, the kid knew what he was doing when he went to a Courtney Love concert. It's not an excuse to hurt somebody, but this was no intent. There's no intention for her to hurt this kid with a microphone. I put them two together because it seems like everybody used to beat on her and now they're beating on him. And we know that Courtney Love supports Marilyn Manson. She is one of the celebrities that actually like his statement. And she has the balls to like his statement, not like a lot of people that unfollow him. A lot of actors and a lot of idiots that unfollow him because they're not doing the research. Courtney Love actually not only likes his statements, but still follows him. Her, Billy Corgan, so respect for those two. And it's the same thing they used to do to her. Oh, well, you're in the mosh pit. You're in the mosh pit. I mean, I don't like getting hurt. I'm too old for the mosh pit. But back in the day, I remember I saw Manson in 96. Man, I got a bloody nose. It was crazy, but it wasn't from him. It was because the people that are doing mosh, they were like, this goth with like big shoes and whatever. And I was like, I was little, not little, but I was, I was like, 17? I was just skinny and tiny, not anymore. And they hit my nose because they were on the mosh, like doing beautiful people. Dude, that happened. It didn't occur on my mind, my head, to my mother and I went like sue the concert venue because Marilyn during the Marilyn Manson concert, I got a broken nose. So anyway, moving into this is so ridiculous. So they had this information in 2019, but they didn't decide to do anything about it until now, which is yesterday, May 25th, 2021. It's like they're following the Everett Wood thing, like you just wait it up. You wait it up. Anyway, they posted on Facebook, which I find ridiculous. According to TMZ, the incident allegedly involved Manson spitting at a video camera during a concert. A Class A misdemeanor in New Hampshire carries a possible jail sentence, my God, or less than a year, and a fine of $2,000. Well, we know he has money for the fine, right? $2,000. I got $2,000. Everybody has $2,000. If you don't have it, you can get it, right? $2,000. But jail sentence because while he was singing, he happened to spit. We don't know if he actually did. Allegedly he did, right? Spit on a camera person in 2019. And this camera person, I think, made a complaint right away, but the cops didn't get to it until they posted on Facebook yesterday. So it's probably the cops' fault. I don't know. Mr. Warner, his agent and legal counsel have been aware of the warrant for some time, and no effort has been made by him to return to New Hampshire and answer the pending charges. Okay, so they're saying the Manson knew and his lawyers knew for the last, 2 years, and I didn't do anything about it. Well, what will you do something about it if you're not informed that there's going to be an arrest or there's going to be some type of lawsuit? Imagine if he goes and apologizes to every state and every concert he ever made and goes like, I'm sorry that I spit on you guys. Like, don't sue me. If you sue me, let me know, text me. he's going to have to go apologize to everybody for anything that he ever done, ever. I don't believe this part. I don't believe that they looked for him and he didn't answer the charges. I think they didn't. And a lot of the times, police, when it comes to misdemeanors like this, they just kind of overlooked the thing. But now, because they're seeing there's something is up, and they're seeing that they have some type of leverage on him, because he's being hit from different sides, Well, no, it's actually from the same side, but from a bunch of different people. He has the press against him. So now we're going to charge him for spitting. Okay. I do know, I did research, and you know what? It's spitting. Actually, I always tell my kids this when they go back to school. It's like, somebody spit on you, you tell me, because that's a crime. It's spitting in California is considered a misdemeanor, and I tell you why. It's really weird, but it is kind of makes sense when it comes to kids. I mean, people can handle it. Like if you spit on me, oh my God. But okay, so spitting is supposed to just spread bacteria, and it's an emotional distress thing, as it's a health hazard, at least here, and probably over there as well. But in a rock concert, I think those rules go out the window. And if you go to his concert, just like if you go to Hole back in the day, or Smashing Pumpkins, or Nirvana back in the day, you're going to get some type of something on you, spit, or you're going to get something. So people should know what they're signing for. I'm not saying that it's okay to get spit on. I'm saying that it won't be okay if a kid does it to another kid in school, or a person does it to another person in private in a domestic violence situation. It won't be okay. But in this situation, it's not the same. It's not even on purpose. I don't think that he looked at the guy and was like, I'm going to spit on you now. There was no intention. I mean, it's just a coincidence. He does that. He sings, and then he gets exhausted, and then he does this thing. He spit up in the air. You guys know that. You guys seen him doing that, right? Anybody wants to answer me? Let's try to do my makeup really quick. I have to go in about an hour, but I can just hang out and talk about this nonsense. I mean, I just can't. I thought somebody texted me, oh, there's something new on Manson. I was like, oh my God, what else? I thought somebody else, like some girl from the girlfriend was going to pop out. I was not expecting something like this. A misdemeanor from 2019. You can go to jail or $2,000 fine, which is a joke, right? For him, $2,000. Or jail time, which is not a joke. And it's this whole thing is so humiliating, and they're really trying to break the guy. It really goes back to the same thing that they did with Johnny. Nothing. There's nothing he could do right. There's nothing that Johnny can do right. Johnny cannot drink some whiskey. Johnny cannot do anything. Johnny cannot, it's really just to the point of, it's just attack. It's personal attack constantly. Wait, there's somebody left a comment and I just don't know because I don't know how to look for it. Why don't you just send me something on the chat? Because if I leave this thing, then I can't look at the comments. Or I reply later. But thank you if you did. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, so they're trying to make it sound like he's irresponsible. Not only he spit, but he knew this was happening and he decided to do nothing about it. A lot of the times with these famous people, they're like so head. A lot of the times this type of stuff is managed by somebody else and they don't even get to know what's happening. So I won't be surprised if this was sent to his team and his team was like, okay, whatever, we get to it. And then this happened now with all the girls and the women and all the witches popping. So then they're kind of trying to get the jumping on that train. But I don't think that Manson on purpose will be so dumb to say, oh yeah, just let's ignore them, it will go away. He knows that the stuff doesn't go away. We know it doesn't go away. So I don't think he ignored it. I think maybe his team ignored it, which is not his fault technically, isn't it? Or maybe they know what ignored it and it's a flat out lie. Mr. Warner, his agent legal. Okay, when reached for comment, Manson attorney King. Oh, this guy King is the same one that replied the thing about Esme and about Ashley Morgan, saying that Ashley only knew Manson for like 2 weekends. So, well, we like this guy. We like him, I guess. Yes. He is the main attorney. His name is Howard King. His attorney said this: "It is no secret to anyone who has attended a Marilyn Manson concert that he likes to be provocative on stage, especially in front of a camera. This misdemeanor claim was pursued after we received a demand from a venue video photographer, see the people, for more than $35,000 after a small amount of spit came into contact with her arm." I can't, oh my God, I can't read this without laughing. A small amount of spit. Okay, so this is Manson here, right? I'm Manson. Like just going like that, right? And doing the whole thing that he does up in the air, right? Boom. A little amount of spit got on this guy's arm, this camera person. On his arm, not even on his face, on his eye or anything like that, on his arm. And then he asked for $30,000. Of course, Manson didn't answer to this bullshit for the last 2 years. Why would he? So they answered they asked for $35,000 after a small amount of spit into contact with their arm. Their arm. It's not like it was a child's face or something. Their arm. After we asked for evidence of any alleged damages, we never received a reply. That was my theory. They never got to it because these people made a complaint maybe 2 years ago, and then with Manson's attorney was like, okay, where's your? It's nice when you release videos. You have, thanks, Jim. I can see your comment, but I can't see your chat. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna make a video. I just jumped on this because somebody texted me this morning, and I'm trying to get the stuff to you guys as fast as I can and kind of get it off my chest too, because this shit bothers me. So $35,000, no proof of the spit. If there was proof, I would laugh probably, but I don't think it's not a good feeling to get spit on. But like I'm telling you, in California, it's illegal to spit on somebody's face. Amber Heard should know that because she spit on Johnny, remember? But anyhow, I don't think Manson did this on purpose. On purpose to this guy's arm. So it's part of the show. It's part of the gig. It's part of what you're going to do. This guy was not a fan. He was just a video camera, a video guy. Well, if your job, they send you to cover a Marilyn Manson concert, your job was to go and cover that with pictures or with video. Buddy boy, you should know. Like you should know that something is going to go down. And not only with Marilyn Manson, it can happen. Even I remember with Lady Gaga, I went to see Gaga a couple of times. Lady Gaga, you guys will not know, she is a savage on stage. And you can get all types of things coming at you. And that's okay. It's a rock concert, a pop concert. You just deal with it. This guy is making a big ass deal. $35,000. That's why Manson ignored it. I can totally see why. But now it pops because everything is popping all over the place, right? So Marilyn Manson is currently being investigated for domestic violence allegations by the LAPD. I still don't know if he is or not. I know there's a filing in court, but filing doesn't mean investigated. So they keep throwing that, and I'm like 50-50 on that. I don't really know if he's investigated. In the last several months, Manson has been accused of physical, psychological, and sexual abuse by a number of women, including his former girlfriend, Wood. Game of Thrones actress Esme Bianco. They have to say Game of Thrones actress, yeah, because, right? What else? And his former assistant, Ashley Walters. They don't mention Ashley Morgan. Ooh. She didn't get mentioned on this. Well, just more coffee, more creamer than anything. Both Bianco and Walters filed lawsuits against Manson for sexual assault and battery. Okay. And then it has a link to it. So you can, after you read this is how media works. After you read this, then you link the alleged abuse that Ashley filed. So you can just go like, oh, I'm reading this. Like if you are not us, if you're just middle nowhere or middle America or middle of whatever the fuck, and you don't know nothing about nothing, and you're just reading this, you go like, oh man, that's horrible. This guy spits on people. Okay. And they give you the link right there to click on the other alleged abuse filing. So you go from one article to another one, having all this opinion about this guy that you never met in your life, you've never been really into his art, you don't know nothing about because you never really did the research, but you are being fed this BS. If you sit here and look at the crap I'm looking at it from pitchfork.com. I have to read it from them because LA Times cut me off. So much for freedom, huh? Well, it's not like they cut me off. They're just like they want to charge me. I think I've been going and stealing their documents way too many times, and they know that it's coming from my computer. So for example, if I was about to get on LA Times from my tablet, they're not going to trace it, but I can get things another way. I mean, come on. F the LA Times anyway. I'm not going to give the LA Times my credit card number. And I don't know why we have to be paying for newspapers anyway. So I couldn't read it from anywhere else. So I have to go to this pages, but it's pretty much all the same. Everybody's saying the same thing. So, okay. What do you guys think? 2019, he goes to New Hampshire, which is on the East Coast, and it's I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. Like, I don't really. The fans on the East Coast are pretty cool. And I don't, this doesn't come from a fan. It comes from a video guy that wants to make money. So he goes there in 2019, has a concert, does his thing that he always does. Then no one else ever sue him for spitting. He's been spitting since 94 or 95, and this never happened before, right? This really remind me of the case of Courtney Love when she almost got charged in New York because a kid was hit with the not even with the microphone, but with the foot of the microphone, the post. Anyway, and it's like, what do you want it to happen at Courtney Love concert? I mean, you can just always, it's your choice. You can always kind of back up a little bit. I mean, I don't know. So this guy is doing this from 2019 to 2021. And why he posted on his Facebook last night? This is what I don't get about these people. It seems like they filed it in 2019. And as Manson's lawyer said, they didn't pay attention to it because they were waiting for the proof, and they never got it. So that's why they kind of brushed it under the rug. I will too. Would you? Like if somebody is suing you for something, right? They say, you stole my water bottle. You go, I didn't. Well, okay. Well, where's your proof? And that person never sends you proof. Then yeah, you're going to forget about it. You're going to put it on the back because it doesn't matter because you never got the documents back. It rings a bell. It sounds like Amber Heard, right? Not giving the Virginia judge what she's asking for. If you don't give people the paperwork, you can't expect to be taken serious. This guy didn't take a picture of the spit. Can you imagine how ridiculous would be the picture of the spit? Oh my God. Okay, but he could have done some type, or he could have produced some type of something, but he didn't. That's why his team, probably Manson didn't even know about this. Manson's team was like, well, we can just let it, because we request proof. They never send it to us, so they're not taking it serious. So why we will take it serious? That's how the law works. You're not gonna send me proof, then. I mean, I'm telling you that's what they do in court. They give you like a certain amount of time for civil stuff. For criminal stuff, it's different. But for civil lawsuits, they give you a certain amount of time. And if you don't produce the papers, you might have the rights. You actually might be telling the truth. But if you don't produce the proof, they're going to be like, okay, come back in 6 months when you have it. This guy never came back, but they posted last night on his Facebook. So from 2019 to 2021, now this guy has no proof that Manson did this. And now he wants $35,000. It's really not that much money when you think about it for somebody like him. But still, man, this is kind of about not giving up to this, not giving them what they want. Of course, he can pay for it. He can pay Ashley Walters off. He can pay Esme Bianco. He can pay them off. I just don't want him to pay them off. I'm sure you guys don't want him to pay them off as well. Jim, oh my God, I wish I can look at your comment and at the same time keep doing this. Oh, I guess I can. I don't know how to do this properly. Okay, let's open it. And then we got People's Magazine, right? You know who? Oh my God, you guys, I'm gonna have to take a picture of this. All right. Did you remember? Okay, People's Magazine cover Esme Evan. They cover Amber, right? A couple years back. And they just cover Ashley Walters, and they're covering this guy, the cameraman that got spit on. And I tell you something funny. I don't have it. I'm trying to look on my Instagram if it pops out or somebody posted. I think Manson is Innocent posted, and Manson Obscene posted. I just can't find it right now. But anyway, these articles on People Magazine are done by the same person. I know we can say that it's a coincidence. They have a lot of reporters that write reporters. They have a lot of writers that can write articles and take pictures of the girls, the women. Why is it written by the same person? This Thomas Meyer guy, he wrote the Ashley Walters, the Ashley Morgan article, and he wrote all the articles on Manson. And it's the same with the COD publication, and that's the one I don't have access to it anymore, unless I pay. Which fuck you, I'm not going to. You can suck it. I'm so vulgar. I'm sorry. So I'm looking for. If you look on your Instagram, you'll see pathological propaganda. I don't know. Somebody posted that this reporter seems to write every article on Manson ever. Pretty weird. Super weird. Okay. So shootings not on camera woman. Oh, it was a camera woman. Oh. Oh, I'm reading your comment, Jim. It sucks that I have to go to another page to read your comment. It would be nice to be able to talk to you guys at the same time. His definitely is not being canceled on myself. I'm still listening to his music all the time. My music tastes have not changed much in the last 15 years. Hell right, yeah, girl. Yes, exactly. Somebody that we like or we don't like, it don't matter if you like him like the way we like him. It seems like you like him a lot. But the point here is, it's an innocent person. So that plus knowing that you know that he's not doing all this. I know that he is not doing all this. It's so frustrating. I won't even imagine how he feels, or his family, his friends, his wife. I know how Courtney Love feels about it. She's not liking any of this, and she said that when it's time, she's gonna make it. She's gonna talk about it, but it's no time. There's no time yet. Which I believe that it's okay. The same reason Johnny's not saying anything, but Courtney Love's way to support him was to like his statement on Instagram. It was the only celebrity, famous person that liked his statement. And I'm going to give it to her that he definitely not being canceled by myself. It's nice when you release videos. You have an intelligent point of view on life. Thank you. I hope I do. What, I just lost a viewer. Oh, I just gained you back. I don't know if it's thank you guys. I don't know if it's not like really being intelligent or smart as it is with all of us here on YouTube. It's kind of like common sense. This is not even like any type of like rocket science analysis. It's really like the guy, like him or not, it's just common sense. What are you going to hit a person over and over and do that? Literally a witch hunt on him, but him being the witches, so the other way around. on him for no reason or for something that happened, 10 years ago. And this is why Emerald Wood changes the laws. The whole thing makes total sense now. She changed the law with Esme Bianco. They went and, they passed it to Congress. They presented the law. People were like, oh my God, okay. They pass it. They sign on it. In I think 30, no, how many states do you guys know? It's not on every state though. The Phoenix law, the Phoenix Act is not on every state, but it is in California, which is where all the victims came from, right? So they pen this law, and this law passed, and then Bianco, Ashley, the two Ashleys, and all the other girls are years ago. So what are the odds of them passing a law that has to be, has to do with time? And then this girl's popping out with things that happened in the past. Listen, I am for all this, I don't like any of this shit. Like if I see somebody beating somebody up, I don't want to say what I do, but I will do something, and I'm not going to post it on Facebook. If I see somebody in trouble, I'm not going to go and be like, oh my God, you guys, my Instagram, my girlfriend is getting beat up by her boyfriend right now. I don't know what to do. No, you just call the cops. I always said some people don't like to deal with the police. It's intimidating or whatever thoughts you have about the police. Maybe you don't want to deal with them. But there's ways to call help without dealing with the police. I mean, you can call other people, and you can go to a social worker. You can go to an emergency room, and they'll call the police for you. If you have any type of issues with calling the police, nobody likes to call the cops on anybody. But if I see somebody getting hurt, man or woman, I'm not going to post on Facebook or on my Twitter. This is kind of like when this got ridiculous for me, when I started seeing how they were going about it. Before I even read the allegations, I saw them posting it on Instagram in 1 week, all of them at the same time. And I can't take that serious. From a woman or from men, it doesn't really matter. I can't take that serious. You're just using, you're just using the media. And I hate the People's Magazine or whatever they call it. The women use their media platforms, to make it sound more serious. It was Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They're not media platforms. I think media is media. TV, radio, I'm so old, radio. Whatever you name, whatever. Is Instagram a media platform? Is it? Anyway, I think what's hilarious is that they make it sound like that, like these women have been trying to ask for help for so long and they're being ignored. They're being asking for help on their media platforms. So, okay, so this is a camera woman, not a cameraman. I'm sorry if I misinterpret that. I have so many videos on Emerald Wood joking about rape, saying that she can laugh at a rape joke, and videos of Manson kind of like from 2012 after Born Villain, kind of calling it and foreseeing this and saying that allegations are always going to come, then you have to just go to the authorities and not post it online. He said that years and years ago. Isn't that weird? It's scary, isn't it? Okay, so that's what's up, right? I guess I can read it from another article, but it's going to say exactly the same. And they make sure they post the pictures. They make sure they post the worst pictures that they can find on the guy. They're like trying. They're really trying to get you on this, really hard. And I hope that more people are on this side than on the other side, and just kind of they do their research and they do their fact checking, and they see who this is coming from. Oh, and where this is going, and what's this against, and when did it happen, and what was it about, and why we're putting these pictures of him that he looks really mean, and he just, there's a lot of pictures of him that he doesn't look like this, but we're not posting those, right? And pictures of the girls with like big eyes, those pictures of Ashley Walters. Like, you go to Ashley Walters or Esme Bianco Instagram, and you see how nasty those two are. They're like all against. They're like, there's a picture that they're kind of swimming on cake. She's not a little good girl. She isn't. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know her, so I shouldn't say for sure that she's not. But what I'm trying to say is they're not what they're telling you they are. And that is for sure. That's for sure. Okay, so People Magazine is going to say the same thing, but the same writer. It's the same writer that wrote the other article on Ashley Morgan. What the fuck is up with these people doing this? It's like they don't have anybody else to cover it. The Cut did the same thing. They're using the same report over and over. Maybe that's just a coincidence. On Tuesday evening, the Guilford Police Department announced that they had an active. Okay, this is what I just did. There's nothing new on it. Video, okay, woman. So it was a woman. Is that supposed to make a difference? Like if he spit on somebody on purpose, that is a bad thing, period, a woman or a man, right? So why is it important to say that it's a woman? Why they think it's gonna make a change on the outcome? Really? A statement from People's Magazine's Mason attorney Howard King. Okay, I read this, the same thing. Misdemeanor claim which can carry a jail sentence of up to 1 year. I don't want to see the guy happen. And a $2,000 fine. Oh my God, $2,000, so much money for Manson. According to the police department, it was pursued after the video woman asked for $35,000. When did she ask for the $35,000? When? In 2019? Oh, and she's like waiting around her house hoping that the $35,000 is just going to come like Harry Potter on an owl. They're just like, checks are gonna drop her house, $35,000. If she didn't follow through with the court and if she didn't produce any documents about this spit on her arm, then how can she be asking for $35,000? This is super Amber Heard to do. I mean, it's really relatable to Amber. I think all these people are doing the same thing. When I was reading half of my video, I've been sitting here yapping away, thinking it was a video camera, there was a video man, not a video woman. So see, my attitude hasn't changed. I'm going like, well, what are this idiot is charging for? And now I'm going, well, this idiot is charging him for. Women or men, don't matter. What matters is that you didn't produce the documents. I don't know what document can you produce. Like your doctor is gonna sign a notice saying that you got spit on. The spitting, it is a problem between children. It is a problem in the case of domestic violence in a private environment. If you spit on somebody's face, I don't even know what I'm talking about. In California, you can get in trouble. It's a health hazard. It's a misdemeanor. But not on this type of situations. I don't know about the rules over there. I know that here, Amber Heard spit on Johnny probably more than once, and she never got in trouble because she's Amber Heard. But if I do that, I'll get in trouble. And probably they're gonna believe the person has face value. They're not gonna ask for proof of the spit on the face. But there's something that, from the neck down, things are different. I know it's kind of messed up to talk about it like this, and I'm not trying to make it less important if you got abused, if you got spit on. That's horrible, and you shouldn't have to deal with that. But what I'm trying to say is there's something about these laws are kind of, they tweak them around if it happens from the neck and down or from the neck up. Okay. I really don't agree with this a lot of times, and sometimes I do. So I'm 50-50 on it. So this happened from the neck down, so it happened on her arm. Then unless this spit gave her some type of allergic reaction, I'm allergic to Marilyn Manson. Oh my God. No, really. Like unless it gave her some type of allergic reaction or something, then she should have a doctor notice for it. Then I don't see how it affect her life and gave her so much distress for asking for $35,000. She's asking only because it's Manson. If she was in a different type of situation and she goes for a job with her camera and she's trying to cover a sport event, whatever, that's some type of situation, the person is not really famous and she got spit on, you think she's going to say something? You think she's going to make a complaint? No, she made a complaint. She filed a complaint and asked for $35,000 only because it's Manson. That's like, boom, mind blowing, right? Well, yeah, the lawyers do the same thing. It's not a secret to anyone who was attending to Marilyn Manson concert that he likes to be provocative on stage, especially in front of the camera. Attorney said in a statement to People magazine the misdemeanor claim was pursued after we received a demand for damages from a venue biographer woman for more than $35,000 2 years ago, after a small amount of spit came into contact with her arm. And then we say after we asked for evidence of any damages, we never received a reply. So if you don't receive a reply, you can literally just brush it off. And sometimes that's kind of like a double sword edge. Can't even talk. You know what I'm trying to say? Because sometimes you don't have proof of certain things, and you know certain things happen to you, and you don't have proof. But this is not the case. Those men and all the women, the victims, it's not the case. Nothing happened to them. And if it happened by somebody else. This is what I really believe. I really do believe more than ever that if Evan got abused, was by somebody else. And if Esme got abused, it was by somebody else. And Ashley Walters never got abused. She's just a flat out liar. And Ashley Morgan is not, even if she did maybe by somebody else in a different situation and she's put it on him. She showed her leg on People's Magazine, a picture of her leg. I don't see the carving. She said that he carved her with a knife, Nazi knife. Remember, we have to throw the word Nazi in there. I just can't take them serious because they seem so vile when they talk about him. It's always like, it's so violent, it's so personal. It's not a knife, it's a Nazi knife, you know. It's not, well, we couldn't sleep, it's a sleep deprivation. It's not, well, there was not a lot of food in the house. No, it's food deprivation. It's just, it's such, they embellish it, they put so much glitter and bullshit around it that this is why it's really hard for us to believe it. People on YouTube making videos left and right, because obviously it's really hard. For me, it's hard to believe that this woman got spit on. No, she got, okay, let's say she got spit on, but the fact that she didn't produce any documents or file a report after the initial report, that's her fault. And I don't know where she got that number, $35,000. She's not saying that he spit on her camera like that, and then she can say, she can ask for damages. A lot of paparazzi people here do that, which I think is a bunch of BS. When they go chasing people around, and then like you have celebrities like Alec Baldwin or like really the cool ones, they sometimes grab the cameras. Oh, I've seen George Clooney doing, he has like a whipped cream can and then puts whipped cream on the camera to the paparazzi so they can't take pictures of him. Well, and then, you know, the paparazzi person can sue you for destroying their camera. Without their camera, they can't work and blah, 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 blah. And it could be a thing. Did he destroy the camera? Did he spit on her camera? No, otherwise it will be there, right, in the report. I am so glad that his lawyer is up and talking. Okay, so People's Magazine, something else. Why is it that you always find a little bit of more dirt when you read a People's Magazines? Why? You read somewhere else and then it's like you go to their site and there's always a little bit more dirt on anybody. And they did the same with Johnny back in the day. He was spitting everywhere. And one time it got on her camera, so she wiped it off. You wiped it off. You wiped that camera off. Got nothing to complain about. You wiped it off. You shouldn't wipe it off. If you knew you were going to do something like that, and if you're really, oh my God, so concerned about your camera, you should have some, like, just get some witness and be like, did you witness that? Witness that he just spit on my camera and I missed my camera. There's no witnesses of this. You're just saying that it happened and then you wipe it off. I'd say that's why she's not going to have a case, because she wiped it off. If we believe that it happened, I don't even think it happened. I think that he was doing that he does, and by accident maybe got on her arm. I don't think they got on her camera. I think she's adding the camera thing for the same reason I was telling you. If you want to add something like that, you should add your camera, your car, this type of property, your cell phone. He spit on my cell phone. So because saying he spit on my arm is not strong enough, now she's saying it was a camera, but she's also saying that she wiped it off. So that was her fault, really, to wipe it off before asking for witnesses. She should have asked for witnesses, right? But she didn't. She posted on Facebook yesterday. So he noticed this and kept purposely spitting on her camera. I don't think that happened. One attendee told people, I think her final straw is that he got on the floor. My God, this is Manson with a 3 feet of her and hacked a giant snot rocket at her. That's not a giant snot rocket. That's a good name for a band. Giant snot rocker at her. She was pissed off and disgusted, so she stormed off and he just laughed. No. First of all, there's so many points of that. So what is it? He spit on your arm and he spit on your camera at the same time. And after you wipe off the camera, he got closer to you. First, who the hell are you that you're more important than the other people in there? But okay, he got close to you, 3 feet. What? So he got close to her, right? And spit again. And then he laughed. Dude, this guy was performing. I don't think that he was close to anybody in particular. He kind of like just pans around, and has bright lights on his face. I don't think for a moment that he looked at her and smiled and laughed. And if all this happened, did anybody witness this? There's like thousands of people around her. This is a Manson concert, right? In 2019, so we think we're pretty busy. Why he picked on her? Why she has no witnesses? Why she has no pictures? Why she didn't take a picture right there? That's pretty what I would have done. Take a picture of him right there and be like, you messing with me, I'm taking a picture of you spitting on me. She didn't do that. She didn't go to the doctor. She didn't claim damage from the camera because she said she wiped it off. So if she wiped it off and the camera was still working, then he didn't damage her camera. He laughed, so she's hurt by the fact that he laughed at her. I don't think he laughed. I don't think the guy has time to be laughing at people when he's performing. Do you think that? Do you think that he actually just like gets really close to you and laugh? I don't think so. And when I see that this, the more I was talking about it, the more I was saying, remember, I just said, if she has something to say, she should have said something about the camera. And then I read it, and right there it was. There's no witnesses. There's a lot of people in there. She could have just said, hey, did you see what Manson just did? Like, did you see it? But there's no witnesses. Otherwise, she would have produced the evidence already, right? From 2019 to 2021, she got plenty of time. This is like the common thread with these people. They have all this time to do this, and then they just wait until the right time to cancel the guy. And the pictures that they post of him, again, are the most unflattering pictures you can imagine. And they do that on purpose. And after that, they link you. They link you right to Ashley Morgan. Found healing and bonding with all the alleged victims. Cathartic process of I survived a monster in the cover of the magazine. Cathartic process. So then this person said, why is it a woman? Like, why in the hell couldn't just be a guy? A guy that works as a video guy, not as why? They're equally, like when you go to a concert anywhere you go to, you see a lot of women working and with cameras, and you see a lot of men working with cameras. Why it has to be a woman? Fudge, man. The fact that it's a woman is going to make things so over the top, more over the top, which I don't think it is. If I was listening to her, if I'm like in court and listening to her a little bit and kind of giving her a little bit of attention, let's say I believe her a little bit. Let's pretend, right? I believe her a little bit. The moment that she says that he laughed at her, she lost me right there. That is just laughable that he laughed at her. He actually got close to her laugh. And she got so mad that she left the venue. And then she's saying more stuff. Oh, again, People's Magazine, which is the same art, the same publication that has been on him since the beginning. Then she said, I stopped listening to his music after that, and I told my husband I would never go to another concert again. Oh my God, what did you do? You want a Valium or something? Jeez. A second attendee concurred, stating that he bent down to shoot his snot all over me. I can't remember him just laughing about what he did. No. Maybe the fact that it's a woman makes me believe even less. But the fact that the person said that he laughed at her and she just laughed pissed off, but she told her husband, okay, cool, you told your husband, but she really didn't file a report until October. So it was like for a bunch of months she just sit on it and didn't file a report. And then she filed a report, but she didn't continue the process. People think they file reports and the cops are going to be like, okay, we're going to go fix your problem because you filed a report. You file a report. If you don't give any type of proof, your report goes in the trash. I mean, I've never seen cops doing this, but I'm seeing lawyers doing this. And it's really spooky. They're like, oh, well, this person never came back to this. They put it in a machine and they actually do this and it gets crushed and done, and you don't exist anymore. So if you're ever going to file a report on somebody, like let's say your landlord, your husband, your wife, your psychiatrist, whatever, you need to follow through. You can't just say I filed a report. If you don't follow through with the report in less than a year, report is in the trash. So I think this is what happened with her. She didn't follow through and she didn't give proof. So but now she's popping out of the bushes, right? Because of all the regulations. So she's like, oh man, maybe I get some money out of this thing and some sympathy, I guess. I don't know her face. I'm not surprised that she's a woman. I'm not surprised that she's trying to make it sound like he's this evil monster that he throws this like, it's not on you, and then he laughs. It reminded me of a Love Bailey video when she said he put a gun to her head and then he laughed and say, I don't like the F word. I'm not going to say the F word that is used for gay people in a derogatory way, and so I'm not going to use it. But she said the Manson did that, put a gun to her head and say, I don't like F, and laugh. So who is this guy? It's like he's like this big bad wolf, It's so over the top. I don't believe it, especially when you're done reading the article. It links you right to Ashley Morgan article. It's just nonstop. You know what's messed up that I don't like? That whoever has been watching my stuff can tell me or not, and why is it? I don't understand a lot about YouTube and their in and outs of their system. But why is it that when somebody watches my videos, anybody, or when I try to watch to see all the nonsense that I said, whatever, when it's over, the next one after that is Ashley Morgan's People Magazine cover. Why? Why she goes right after my videos? She probably goes right after Carolina Carr's Greta's video. Why? Why is that link right there? Is it something that YouTube does? Even if we put a little card at the end to click on the next one, after mine, the one that always goes to is the one from People's Magazine on Ashley Morgan. The whole bunch of lies, and then bites and the scratches on the leg and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna read her crap again. It's super annoying. So yeah, okay. So he got some snot on somebody's somebody's arm. And then she said it was the arm, and then she said it was the camera, and then she wiped it off. And see, that's what she's not gonna have a case, is she changed it. When you change things, even if you change it twice, it's enough for the cops, or at least a good cop, to go like, no, no. And when they ask you what happened, if you just keep changing your story and then you don't report, you file a report once and you don't follow through, this is what's going to happen. And then not only you're going to look like an idiot, but you're wasting money. Because filing is kind of expensive. So she's probably wants Mason to pay for her filing too. Like in Ashley Walters' case, if you read one of the items, says that he is responsible for her attorney fees. So it's like, you know, you're getting dragged to the mud in court, and you have to pay for the other person's fee. It's just, yeah. I don't. Anyway, I'm just kind of speechless. I'll make another video later. I hope that he's not moving out of LA like they were saying he is, and if he's moving, maybe he is for good. Maybe there's a good reason. Maybe it's more of a healthy environment somewhere else. But I heard also that he was moving. Also, there was a couple of pictures of him a few days ago outside in the sun, looking healthy. For what we see, I mean, just that kind of gave me a little bit of hope, because we don't know where he was this whole time, right? And there's a little clip that I know I played before, and it was all over Instagram, but I remember playing it first like a month ago, where they asked him about the allegations and the Me Too movement and all that, which I do. I said it before that I do support Rose McGowan, because we know that shit did happen. It went down. So I don't put her in the same bucket of dirt and the other ones. And I also think that she got pressure into making a video saying that she's supporting them. She made that video and then she never said anything anywhere else. And they don't even follow each other on Instagram. So the video of Mason, the clip that I wanted to play, if I can just get it to play, is from a British interview in 2017, and what he says is very telling. If I can get to it, I think because I'm making a video at the same time, it's not letting me. But anyway, I'm just talking here, sitting here talking for like an hour.
Could happen.
Hold on.
Is making.
No, skip trial, YouTube. God, everybody wants something. Like LA Magazine, you have to read. You have to pay to read it. The Cut, you have to pay to read it. New York Times, you have to pay to read it unless you read it once in a while. But if you read it pretty much every day, you have to pay to keep reading it. So ridiculous. When do we have to pay for newspapers?
I watched it live on TV. And I was watching it live, and they said there were 5 boys dressed in Marilyn Manson costumes. And then it was 3, and then it was 2. If I was watching it live, I was at 9 another day.
That's about Columbine. It's a good example of like you are blamed for the most tragic things that can happen, that is teenagers and children getting killed, to the most silly stuff, from like that extreme of something horrific to the silliest thing ever, which is like some snot on somebody's arm. I don't even think it hit her camera. To tell you the truth, I don't even think it hit the camera. But I don't know. So I might just make like a video on this again later, that it can be a little bit more organized. But I can't find anything else on this woman. And also, we don't know the name, which is really weird. And I don't know why she remains anonymous. Probably because she doesn't want all of us to go after her on. But she remains anonymous. I don't know. How are we supposed to believe something that we don't even know the name of the person? Like, allegedly shooting snot. That is the title of the People's exclusive yesterday, 8:29 p.m. Marilyn Manson wanted an arrested warrant for allegedly shooting snot on camera woman. It has to be camera woman. They just can't put camera person. Or they can put just reporter and it will be female male. Just think about why they put camera on a woman. And why she didn't keep up with it. And now 2 years later, she's asking for $35,000. She didn't keep up with it. Like I always say, like just follow through. If you need to file something, please. And if you don't know how to do it, ask for help. Even get on YouTube. You can just go to anywhere. You don't want to talk to cops, call 211, not 911, 211, and ask for resources and help. And people will help you file reports on people. You don't have to wait a couple years or 10 years, sit on it, and then just do a bunch of mess and try to destroy somebody's life. Seriously, because this whole getting him canceled for something that he didn't do and something that we don't have proof that he did. And they're trying to like, now it's jail time. So Ashley Walter was asking for him to go to this training, anti-sexual violence training, and go to a trial, which we know for him is going to be, for anybody, it would just be so draining and so stressful and such a humiliation to go through. But they're doing this because they want him to pay them. They want to be paid off. They want to settle. And I hope he does it, even if it's the hardest thing to do with to go through all this. And the easier thing to do when you have that kind of money is to settle, right? Just like Michael Jackson did. But shut their mouth with money. But if you do that, then really we're not going to know, we're not going to know also their punishment for perjury. There's perjury. There's plenty of perjury going around. This woman hasn't committed any perjury yet, the one with the snot. But the moment that she does, I'm going to just go back to talk about her. For now, she's just a chick that got spit on concert. That's kind of how she wants to be remembered. And she's like trying to jump on the train. And why does it have to be a woman? I keep thinking there's a lot of men that work on the same field. And the fact that she said that he looked at her and laughed, that made me like just lost the case right there with me. Like if you were talking to me now with some type of paralegal person, I'd be like, he laughed at you. She could have said something more damaging, that he insulted her. Obviously he had a microphone and he was singing. So how he just stopped everything he was doing and laughed at her? I don't know, man. I don't know. It just goes back to, I'm trying to find the clip. What he says about going to the police and not the media.
Relating to just time in general on a linear level.
Oh, he wasn't talking about Rose. He was talking about something else.
Trapped in my head the way I did when I started out, but that's the thing. I was disassociated youth. Now I have a hard time relating to just time in general on a linear level. It just doesn't relate to me. I still feel trapped in my head the way I did when I started out, but I would never call myself more mature, wiser, possibly, but still recklessly foolish at times. And I don't want to change that.
Recklessly foolish sometimes. You go, like I said, you can go to a Lady Gaga concert and get spit on. Really nice, not cute. She really doesn't really spit, but what I'm saying is like you get sweat from people. You get, I remember Tweety back in the day. Tweety was the one that was, that he was kind of drooling when he was playing bass. I'm old. I'm talking about 96, 97. And I remember one of my girlfriends was like right under him. And she said, well, he was drooling. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, well, you can take a picture of it and just say that Twiggy Ramirez drool on you. I don't know. So, it's the same thing. If you don't have some type of witness and proof, like video proof will be nice. It will be really fun to see a video of Manson throwing the snot on this lady and then looking at her. like, and laughing. I'll die to see that. But it's not there. If she didn't produce it in 2 years, she's not going to produce it now. So don't file reports if you're not going to go through it. So another one, we don't know the name of this woman, but it's BS. Okay, so if you want to go look at people's magazines, go. But I already did, so you don't have to. And I'll come back later, maybe with some. I wanted to read some excerpts from some pages from Rose McGowan's book and how she describes him and how she talks about him, because it's really super important that people can separate that and can separate what he did and what he didn't do. And I find it impossible to believe that it becomes crazy in 2 years. Like this guy was shocking, but he had relationships and fiance and marriage and long relationships. So he was good, until 2010. And then he lost his mind from 2010 to 2011-ish, lost his mind. And then he went back to normal. And he went back to not abuse anybody, supposedly. It's hard. It's hard to believe that he just changed like that and then he changed back. So yeah, that's part of why I don't believe it. I don't believe the timeline at all. And now this chick saying that she got spit on and laughed on. I didn't know laughing at people was illegal. Was laughing at people illegal? But if she's gonna say that she was emotionally distressed by it and traumatized by somebody laughing at her, because the spit might be true on her arm, but I think a lot of people probably got spit that night. You just you don't have a case. Whoever you are, you don't have a case, especially if you don't have any witnesses that he did this, and you don't have a real, the camera was broken, or you were, you lost an eye and he spit on your face, on your eye. That will be different. He'll be in trouble. He spit on her face, but he didn't. So $2,000 fine, no jail time, hopefully. I mean, I'd really want him to, who am I to say, but I would like for him to not settle money with any of these people, and just fight. And it might take a couple years, maybe it might take 2 years to clear his name completely, just like with Johnny, it's taking a long time. But at the end, I think it will be worth it. You just can't sit there and accept things about yourself that you never did just to shut them off and just to make people happy. That's not who he is. And that's not who he's always been. But my worry is that because there's so much pressure and there's so many accusations all over the place, my worry is that if he wants to settle, and I hope not, because all these people want is money. That's the word, damages. Every time you read the word damages in a court document, or in anything in your life, damages means cash. It's a fancy way to say cash. So it's like suing. Ashley Walters is suing him for damages because she said that after he fired her, she couldn't find another job. She was poor. He blacklisted her, which is a bunch of bullshit. But damages, so cash. $35,000 because you got spit on supposedly and the guy laughed at you. I mean, why? People are so sensitive these days. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna go and plan something to do later about this tonight. So I'll be busy in the middle of the day. Thank you for watching if you're watching, and my neighbors are freaking annoying. That's not my kid. My kid I won't ever do these videos when my kid's here. Should I sue them for? I sue them for emotional distress because they're crying next to my door? No, I won't. You see, that's the thing. Life happens. You can't expect everything to be so linear all the time and so perfect. You work as a video person on rock concerts. Oh my God. Like I said, it's like if you are paparazzi, like the famous paparazzi that got hit by Britney Spears' umbrella. Love it when she did that. Dude, what do you expect? I mean, you were chasing the woman around and whatever, and she just kind of lost it and got and hit your car. Whose fault is it? It's just like if the video camera person on 2019, she was on his face, and because she was trying to get a close shot of him, and then he spit, and then he laughed. I just don't believe that he will stop a show. He will stop what he was doing, what he's singing on whatever song it was, and laugh at somebody. And now that he even can see people on the face with all those lights and everything, he's just gonna pick her. Like, who are you really? She's not even saying her name. There's no pictures of her. So for all I know, it could just be all BS, and it will be dropped, hopefully, because I don't think she can produce evidence of anything. Besides, she told her husband saw how distressed she was. I mean, yeah, your husband is gonna be on your side, obviously. So that is not really proof of anything. Anyway, so I'm out of here. Yeah, send me some comments if you can, because I don't read them until all the way until the end. YouTube is weird. Yeah, you don't even have to go look at it, because I already told you, but look at it. It's so stupid. And if you get on Instagram, look at these people, because they're super cool. Well, you know who is cool on YouTube, right? And so there is Manson Mob Sing is pretty good. Stand by Your Manson is the best one. They really do a really good job, and they find pictures of Esme, and they do a really good job. And this is Stand by Your Manson. They found these pictures of Esme wearing that Nazi hat. I can show you right now. It's Esme right there in all her glory, wearing the hat, trying to cover her boobs, wearing the hat. Same hat. Anyway, these people are super good. Stand by Your Manson. And it's probably my favorite page, because they really go at it. Like, they really, I don't know who, there's no videos on this post. There's pretty much all documents, but they're very, very good. And they made a document on Lainey Chantal, which was like Three Ramirez's ex-wife, and it's also buddies with Ashley Morgan and Ashley Walters and Esme Bianco. What are the odds? And it was Esme Bianco's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, I guess. And people were like tagging her on things on Instagram, and I don't know if this was really, if she was happy about it or not, because there was a picture of her with a girl, and she had cake on her chest, and she was all like, oh. So it's okay. It's okay to be happy and to be sexual and to be a powerful sexual woman and to be a fetish model. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when she talks about how she didn't know anything about this scene, and she didn't know why people were spanking each other, she knew. So that's what it pissed me off when I see pictures of her, like super obvious pictures of her, that she is literally wearing latex and stuff. I know I'm going out of topic. Anyway, yeah, follow Stand by Manson. Stand by Your Manson. For really cool stuff. Manson Obscene. These things are just hard to spell, because it's like M-O-B, capital letters. Then Pathological Propaganda to Wood. It's a play with the word narcissistic. So it says Narciss Evan, and they're pretty good too. Pretty good. Paula Baby, of course. Colin Kurtz, she's amazing. She posted something really funny this morning. I think this morning or yesterday. She posted a picture of Mason just throwing the snot. It's pretty hilarious. So yeah, it's lots, and cover the bills that you gotta go to the doctor, and you gotta go to therapy, and you were traumatized by this knot on your arm. Oh my God. The more I see it, the more stupid it is. Please, okay, I gotta go. Bye.